Today's testers are right up our alley. And anybody who's in the market looking for mid-size three-row SUV.
You know, a couple months ago, I had a chance to go to the Canadian launch of the brand new Nissan Pathfinder. Well, we have it back right now. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you click on that. But now that we have it back, with the family, we're going to see how it handles our day-to-day activities. First impressions? Well, it's green, very, very green, and I like it. Not necessarily like I like the color green, but that it's a color. You know, it's not just white, black, or silver, and I like how car companies are getting back to colors again. So anyways, what are your first impressions?
Yeah, I really like the two-toned color. It adds a lot of excitement into the styling. It looks a lot different than the old generation. It looks rugged and tough and really premium.
Yeah, so that two-tone comes in certain colors if you get the platinum, which is the top trim, and that's what we have here. By the way, this is a Canadian spec vehicle, so wherever you're watching this, make sure to go to your local Nissan website to see what trims they offer, but this is the top trim. Yeah, it is night and day compared to the old one, for sure. As you mentioned, it is aggressive and tough and bold looking. You have the large, much larger V-motion grille, and the three little indentations here really pays homage to the original Pathfinder. It makes it look a lot tougher. I love how they've integrated the LED headlamps into the front. It's very, very sleek looking. And overall, the new Pathfinder is taller and it is wider as well. Now, Cynthia, you have something that you really like about this vehicle.
This one has something I'm looking forward to. A family vehicle. It's huge. This one has both front and the back keyless access. Just by touching the door, you can lock and unlock, which is huge for a family vehicle. Yeah,
we've owned other vehicles that have the keyless access, but only in the front. And when we actually get a vehicle that has it on the rear, it makes a huge difference. It really, really does. Big time. So thank you, Nissan, for that. Let's have a look in the back. You will notice this does have a trailer hitch. Now, anything above the base S trim gets this standard, as well as a 7-pin wiring harness. And the best thing about this new Pathfinder, well, the old one too, is that it has best-in-class towing at 6,000 pounds capacity, which is quite a bit for this size of vehicle. That should tow most of any towable boat, or even a decent-sized Airstream. This will tow it.
Well, that's pretty impressive. I like the Pathfinder letters go across the back. It's quite trendy. And the hand-free tailgate works really, really well.
Now that comes standard also on the SV, which is just above the base trim. So
guess what? There's actually a lock button up here, which is huge again for the family vehicle.
Yeah, so you have your hands full, you can just hit that button, goes down, you just walk away. You don't have to wait for it to close in order to lock it, but you can also use the hands-free, the kick feature to close it as well. Now Nissan says that behind the third row, you can fit 4 golf bags basically stacked on top of each other. I don't have 4 golf bags, but we do have our handy dandy travel tote. Cynthia, let them see how big that is.
Whee.
Yeah, so a decent size for sure, and you could definitely fit more in there. And there are a couple other great things about the back here.
Yeah, I really like this extra storage you have over here. What's cool about it is also this friction lid. See, and you don't have to hold it up, and you can just open it up and then hold itself.
And it actually is fairly deep. You can fit quite a bit of stuff here. Now, the previous version also had a underfloor storage, except it wasn't as big because they actually had the Bose subwoofer housed inside this. Now they've relocated it, so you have a lot more room.
To gain extra room, and then you can easily put down the third row seats, and then voila, you got extra storage.
And if you want to fold down the second row as well, this is the only vehicle in its class that you can fit a 4x8 foot piece of plywood. That's pretty big. Feature-wise, lots of screens, standard 8-inch or 9-inch display, which we have here for the infotainment. a 12.3-inch driver's display, and a color 10.8-inch head-up display here.
Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, standard equipment.
As well, a round view monitor, and the nice thing about the round view monitor, it's available on the SV trim, which is one trim above the S trim, the base trim. And a lot of other manufacturers, you have to actually get the top trim to get the round view monitor, so it's nice that they made it accessible to the people that don't want the top trim.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I really like are those anti-gravity chairs, and they're super comfortable. I really like the color as well.
Anti-gravity also extended to the second row as well. In the Platinum here, you have heated rear and heated front seats, ventilated, heated steering wheel. We have a panel roof, a Bose sound system, a home link system for your garage door. This thing is really, really loaded, and also a nice tri-zone climate control.
In the back, nice sunshades. This top trim gets you the captain chairs, which make it into a 7-passenger vehicle.
All the other trims get a bench in the second row, making this an 8-passenger vehicle. And if you have a lot of little ones, this will fit 5 car seats. Rear passengers also get their own climate control, sliding and reclining seats, and a nice flat floor.
This 7-passenger comes with this removable center console. Getting to the third row is very easy. You can either go through the middle or touch one button to fold the chair. What's good about it is also if you have a car seat here, you don't even need to remove that car seat. And there are cup holders everywhere. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 there. 2 here, and probably 2 more here. 2 here, chicken nuggets holder here, and 2 more down here. 1 and maybe more. 1 and maybe more again. Of course, 2 more here. Just like I said, there are lots of cup holders. And third row, decent leg room, great headroom. Now it's flat seats and flat floor. Now you can fit 3 people back here. On the side, the cup holders, more cup holders, and 1 USB on each side. On the top, you do have the third row air vents as well.
Woo, you hear that? Let's get to the numbers. Underneath this hood is a 3.5-liter V6. It puts out 284 horsepower, but that's not the whole story. This has a brand new 9-speed conventional automatic transmission, so no more CVT. Huge fan. It just makes the drive so much more engaging, and I think you mentioned you noticed it yourself.
Yes, the acceleration is very responsive and very smooth.
Yeah, it's like, CVTs are smooth, but it just doesn't have that kind of like a little bit of drone. It's way more engaging to drive.
Yes, I also noticed a little bit quieter inside as well.
Yeah, so they've used thicker acoustic glass on the sides. They use thicker carpets even. More insulation, less holes. They've actually reduced the amount of holes within the entire car, so it is quite a bit quieter. However, the suspension is also a lot stiffer, and you do hear some of the suspension though, and it's definitely a little bit rougher of a ride than what I was expecting in this Pathfinder.
Yeah, one thing I also noticed is that the auto start and stop, it isn't that seamless. No,
like if we get to a stop here, we might be able to show it to you. When it comes on, when you have the auto stop activated, it is quite abrupt, and it kind of shakes the vehicle a little bit. So, one solution, just turn that off, but you want to save some fuel, you have that on. Okay, so we are at a light right now. Oh, did you hear it? I don't know if you heard it, but even if you don't hear it, you can actually feel it. So yeah, there it is. I'm not sure if it's going to actually be conveyed on this video or not.
Here's a fuel economy. For the city, you get 11.6, highway 9.2, and then combined to 10.5.
Now, if you're in the US, that might be a little bit different because you have the option of getting a 2-wheel drive Pathfinder. In Canada, all of our Pathfinders come standard with their 4-wheel drive system, which is new, by the way. So this system uses a new clutch system, and the biggest difference is on the old version, it would actually have to sense that or detect a wheel spinning before it would actually transfer power, for instance, to the rear wheels. Now, it actually can basically proactively go and apply torque to a wheel before it even slips. So that's a big plus. And if it needs power to those rear wheels, it can send up to 50% of the power to there.
I also found when I was driving it, offers great visibility.
And you know what? For safety features, this comes standard with Pro Pilot Assist, and the Platinum you get the Pro Pilot Assist with Navi-Link, so that links up the navigation with the automatic cruise control. But you got sensors everywhere, frontal collision alert, you got blind spot warning, lane keeping assist, all of that all comes standard.
Now for a verdict, what do you think about the performance?
Performance, I think it's adequate for sure. I love the fact that they are not using a CVT in this. That just makes, for me, all the difference in the world, and I think that's gonna make a big difference to a lot of buyers out there. I mentioned the suspension can be a little bit on the rough side for an SUV, but not too bad. And the fuel economy, well, it's kind of on par with the others in this class. But what do you think?
Yes, I think the driving is comfortable. There's nothing exciting about it, but it's comfortable. I wish it comes with a hybrid option though.
Yeah, that would be nice. I didn't mention though, there is a new drive and terrain selector, so you can go into sport mode and get a little bit more of an engaging drive out of it. All right, what's next?
Styling.
Well, you start.
I start. Okay, I think this one does have a lot of that premium look. I like the more aggressive up front, and then overall it's great.
I think it looks a little bit kind of like Range Rover-ish for sure, and you know, that has nice chrome accents on the side. It looks very sleek, and they did an amazing job styling this vehicle. So no issues with styling whatsoever.
The next one, the value.
Okay, let me at this one because I think Nissan has done an amazing job. They sharpened their pencil so well, and the best thing about it, we keep on mentioning, the SV trim, or the trim just above the base model, has so much value to it. You get the panel roof, you get the hands-free tailgate, you have the around view monitor that I mentioned most other manufacturers you have to go for the top trim level. So a lot of value here. Yeah, I think I've got to give that 5 stars for sure.
No, I agree.
Okay, kind of your department, is this family approved?
Most definitely. The Pathfinder offers so much room, so much storage, lots of cup holders, the convenience, getting through the second, third row, and also a lot of family comfort in this.
Yeah, they did a really good job when they designed this. They had families in mind, absolutely. Like I can really see this being a family vehicle, for a family like us, a growing family. If you have small little kids and infants, having the car seats, being able to do 5 car seats, and those one-touch folding second row seats, to be able to leave your car seat in there. For parents out there that are experienced in this field, you know how big of a deal that is. It's a big deal. And and I would probably even go for the one trim level below the Platinum and get the 8-passenger. So you get the bench seat instead of the 7-passenger. Yeah, you can fit more people in here. And our last category.
Overall, the Nissan has done a great job for the Pathfinder. I think it's going to be a strong seller in the market, especially for a growing family.
When we were shopping for our Highlander, do you remember driving the Pathfinder at all?
Not a lot.
Okay, well, it was quite a few years ago, and it really didn't show up on our radar at all. This one, like I said, when the family approved, it just ticks all the boxes. I would have zero problem considering this if we were in the market for another 3-row SUV. And would you recommend this to other people?
Of course.
Yeah.
Go take a look.
Yeah, they did do a good job. It's really hard to find any negatives of this vehicle. that's it for our second look at the new Nissan Pathfinder. Let us know, do you have any questions? Leave them in the comments below. And what else can they do, Cynthia?
Subscribe and like the video.
See you on the next Everyday Reviews.
Ciao.
Ciao.